What's up everyone, it's Farhan from Drone Fate. Welcome to another video. In this video, I'm going to be comparing the active track of the Mavic 3 and the Air 2S. The Mavic 3 has the new active track 5.0 with the updated APAS, and the Air 2S has active track 4.0. Another thing to keep in mind is that the Mavic 3 has omnidirectional sensing, while the Air 2S only has sensors in the front, the top, the bottom, and the back. To begin active track, just draw a box around you and hit active track. Then hit go and active track begins. You can start walking, biking, driving your car, skateboarding, whatever it is. Now I see that there's this tree here, so I wanted to walk underneath it and see what the drone does, and if it's still able to track me or does it just stop there. But it's still tracking me even in between all those twigs there, all those branches, and it's trying to figure out a way around. Now you can see the meter on the top, it's turning red, the sensors, but it somehow does really well and comes out and tracks me still. Now I do it yet again with another tree, and it's moving around trying to find another way to come around and track me, and it does again. It actually did really well tracking me and making good use of those sensors and keeping me in the camera as well. Like, I'm still being tracked even amongst all these tree branches. It can still figure out that that's me right there and tracking me throughout. Now I tried one more time facing the drone, and it's having a little hard time here, but then it eventually comes around and tracks me again. Now with the Air 2S, you do the same thing, draw a box around yourself, and then you just hit active track and go. Now in this one, you only have trace and parallel mode, so I'm just using trace mode, which is basically what I was using in the other one with the Mavic 3. Now the Air 2S only has sensors in the front, on the top of the drone, and behind the drone and underneath. It doesn't have sensors on the sides. Now it does pretty well in avoiding obstacles and tracking me, but I've realized something, that when it comes near an obstacle, what it does first is it moves back a little and then comes out to track you, and this happened quite a few times. Now here I pushed the drone out and then I started moving back, and then it flew pretty fast toward me, and then the tree was in between, and as you saw, it moved behind and again and then came out to track me. So it's pretty different from the Mavic 3, the way the Mavic 3 works, but I'd say it's pretty much similar except for this one thing. Now I tried again and it's tracking me and it does completely fine. One more time I try to put myself behind an obstacle and it comes around it, still keeping me, moves back, and then comes out to track me again. What I really like about active track on the Mavic 3 is that you can change the orientation of the drone while it's tracking you. So let's say if it's on your right or left, you can just suddenly change it to the front and the drone will track you and move to the front and continue tracking you. I think this feature is something that really stands out, something that's been there on the Skydio, but then DJI drones never really had that. You only had the trace and parallel modes, but this mode is something different, and it's really nice that it's available. I hope you guys enjoyed that quick comparison between the Mavic 3 and the Air 2S. The Mavic 3 has active track 5.0, which is a step up from active track 4.0, which is in the Air 2S. It's much better at tracking, also because it has omnidirectional sensing, and the Air 2S doesn't have omnidirectional sensors. However, the Air 2S can record in D-Log while performing active track. The Mavic 3 cannot record in D-Log yet while performing active track, but it can record in 4K up to 60 frames per second while performing active track. I really enjoy the feature of putting the drone where you want while it's tracking you, and this feature is something that really stands out in the Mavic 3, and I can't wait for updates such as D-Log while performing active track. If you guys found this video helpful, do give it a big like and also subscribe, as it really helps out this video and this channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.